All right, I hope you like my Meyochi stretching exercises today. And I reflect back onto when I was in my early 20s, I managed to get a copy of a 1968 Surfer magazine, which I still hold as one of my prized possessions. I managed to get one copy from a friend who gave it to me, which was really nice. But what happened was I read all the articles over and over and over again. There was this one article about this surfer. His name was Procter, and he was 85 years old and still surfing in California. And I think that was one of the first seeds that was planted in me as a young kid going, hey, wow, you know, I can surf the rest of my life. Look at this guy. He's 85 and he's out there. And I was like, I want to be that guy. So I think at an early age, I had this goal, even though I didn't even think about it, of surfing until my 80s and beyond. So this gentleman is one of my major inspirations of all time because he is out there surfing in his 80s years old. I'm going to put some pictures of the Surfer magazine up on there so that you can see some of the pictures. They'll be a little bit old and grainy, but I think you'll get the point. So the interesting thing about him was he used to work in the oil fields in California and retired at the age of 52 and decided to move to the beach. 52 years old, never surfed in his life, and he decides to take up surfing at 52. Isn't that what I've been talking about? You're never too old to start, okay? You can start new things. If you think, oh, you know, I'm too old to start an exercise program, or I'm too old to start, you know, being more active, that's nothing from the truth. This guy started surfing when he was 52 years old. I'm 54, and it kind of blows my mind. And he was out there at least during this article till his 5 years old, and I don't know how long he kept going from there. So he's a major inspiration of mine. He moved to the beach, started to learn how to surf. They said, hey, why don't you become a lifeguard? So he became a lifeguard. And he started teaching young kids how to surf, and he taught all sorts of kids for many, many years how to surf. So, you know, the whole point is, I just want you to know that you are never too old to start becoming active. Age is not an excuse. Use Proctor as an example. He was out there till he was 84. And one of his famous sayings was, I'm going to surf till I'm 100 years old, then I'll take up golf, which is an old man's sport. I just think that's hilarious that he's talking like that. And the other part, which is really cool, is he was really ahead of his time. He started surfing back in the 40s when nobody was on the beach surfing. But when they interviewed him during this 1968 Surfer magazine interview, they asked him what his tips were in longevity. And he said that if you live right, you can't be sick. And also, he credits his health to a mostly vegetarian diet and good thinking. Those were his exact words. So, you know, 1968, he's talking about a mostly vegetarian diet. And that's all part of this 4 pillars of Meyochi of the proper nutrition, flexibility, stress reduction, and exercise of any kind. So when I talk about my foods of the week, I'm talking about whole foods, intact, as very little processing as possible. Just try to eat it in its whole intact form and eat more vegetables and fruits than meat. I'm not saying you have to go vegetarian, but the less meat you eat, the better off you are, and you end up eating more healthier things. And guess what? When you eat that way, weight loss is a side effect, because when you eat carrots and black beans, which were my food of the week today, and celery, and lettuce and spinach and grains, whole grains, you know, amaranth and quinoa, and you eat all that stuff, you can eat a ton of it, and it doesn't process, it processes different in your body, and it also feeds the good bacteria in your gut, which I brought up earlier. And the side effect is loss of weight. I lost probably close to 30 pounds when I started eating this way. My body is feeling better, my cells are becoming stronger, I'm more flexible, and I'm gonna surf till I'm 80 and beyond. And I really hope that y'all are out there with me, and we'll age gracefully together, and you'll watch my videos, and you'll do my Meyochi exercises, and we're gonna be out there in our 80s being active And everybody in your neighborhood and everybody in your community can go, wow, look at that person. He's 85 years old and he's walking 5 miles a day. And they will admire you for your activity at an older life. Age is not an excuse, all right? So get out there and become active, exercise of any kind. It doesn't matter, walking, biking, walking your dog counts, mowing your lawn counts, vacuuming your floor counts, okay? Those are exercises. That gets your heart pumping. So let's be like Pop Proctor. I'm gonna be like Pop Proctor, and I'm gonna be going out there surfing until I'm 85 years old. So again, don't forget my 4 pillars of Meyochi. Flexibility, proper nutrition, stress reduction, and exercise of any kind. You do those 4 pillars, and I can guarantee you your quality of life is going to be so much better. So get out there and do something today. There's a little teeny bit of surf out there, so I'm going to go surfing. That'll be my exercise for the day. I see you.